Hello and welcome to Factor 41 Play. We're going to build a timber framed house today. It's a bit more attractive, a bit more characterful than a lot of the regular boxes that we see dotted about over Minecraft maps. So we're going to run through how that's done. The process takes about an hour, but we'll speed up some videos so it doesn't get too boring for you. So if we get started with the building materials for this project, the main frame of the building, the timber frame, is going to be oak wood. So it's effectively big tree trunks that will form the frame of the outside of the house. Into that we're going to put some clay. I normally build a white stained clay house and then use an extra accent colour. The floors we're going to use oak planks and oak stairs, and then some exterior details we'll do in stone bricks. So I'm just getting all the ingredients together for that. You can see I've got an accent colour. You can choose whichever colour you want really. For the sake of this video, use a red. So we've got a bit of land that we're going to build. I'm going to start off by doing the frame of the building, and to do this we place our first timber. So just place it vertically as high as you want for the moment. And then we're going to do 4 blocks and another vertical. So another 4 out. And these sections, we're going to try and have every end of the house being 2 of these sections wide, and that just makes the roof easier later on. So 4 sections back. So this will be the sort of front porch area. And then to give it a bit more interest, we'll go out 4. Just need to clear a little bit more land for this. Be too constrained. Okay, so we're going to do a T-shaped house. So we'll go out. This will be the side of the house, and again, because it's an end, we'll do it 2 sections wide. Got a tree in the way, so let's get rid of that. Okay, that's done. So if we carry on with our verticals, and then the back of the house is going to be straight across. So we'll do these same sections of 4 horizontal and then a vertical. And then we'll just go around and do the other side. I'm going to make this house symmetrical. So we'll just repeat the side of the porch and then out to the side of the house. And again, that side of the mouse. That side of the house will be 2 of these sections wide. The reason for that is when we put the roof on top, the apex of the roof will sit on top of that middle vertical. It keeps everything nice and neat. So that's our floor area done. And then we're just going to, where the verticals would meet, going to add in another vertical to build a full frame. So this will be the crossover point between those verticals we've done around the edge, and they'll all be 4 spaces apart. Gives you your full frame, and then we're just going to fill in the floor of the ground floor with wood planks, which gives a nice oak wood floor. So, going to speed this up a little bit. So that looks pretty good. We've got a nice flooring in. Then we're going to start with the walls of the ground floor. So we'll take our white stained clay. And we're just going to do 4 across and 4 up with a 2x2 window in the middle. This one's going to be our door area, so we'll do a frame around the top. We're going to leave a 2x2 for the door, but we'll do above it rather than the design for the windows. So again, window in this section. We're just going to work our way around all of the walls where we've got the original logs laid out, putting in these windows 4x4, not going above that height. Put another door at the back of the building there as well. That brings us back to the start. So that's our ground floor walling setup. Then we're going to go back to our oak wood and just extend these verticals a little bit more because we've got a whole of the floor to fit in yet. You can do these all in one go, but I find it's easier to just stagger them and build up a bit later on. Cool intruder as well. You can actually add quite a bit of extra height into these because, especially the middle ones, we've got not only the height of the floor above, but also a lot of the roof height, which these will extend up into. So once we're back to the start, we've got a bit of extra height, and I'll do the middle ones as well. And these middle ones are quite important because when we do the cross framing, then you get effectively the timber frame to hold up the floor above. I find that if you build your houses in a way that would potentially you'd be able to build it in the real world, then it'll at least look a little bit more authentic. Not really one for floating buildings. So now we're just going to lay more of these oak wood sections horizontally across the top of the walls that we created. And where the crosses are, at the corners, we're just going to do a single block out, which will represent the end of the timber sticking out of the building, as though they've been joined. We'll work our way along the back wall doing that, just making sure these are all laid horizontally. These will be exposed beams for the downstairs of this house. So you'll be able to see those from inside, and then I'm going to get covered up. So now, going into the building, just continuing those horizontals and creating a complete grid. So this house will be nice and structurally sound, all held together by these timbers. Shape still in. So essentially we're now repeating this four block frame that we did originally, but we're not just doing the perimeter of the house, we're also doing across the roof. We need to do every single section. So it's, there you go, nice and sturdy. Pretty good. Now we're going to take our red stained clay and just lay these on top of the timbers we've just put in. Obviously if you chose a blue, yellow, whatever, you can do that. This will just give the house a nice accent, and if you have a village of these, having some different colours really brightens things up. I'll show you some examples at the end of some different colours and how they look. And this we're just going to do around the perimeter, so we're not going to go across the interior beams. And then back to the white stained clay. We're going to repeat what we did downstairs. Boxes of 4 wide, with a 2x2 window in the middle. Obviously on the upper floor, no need for any doors, so we'll just continue this all the way around. That brings us back to the start. So now we've got 2 complete floors, nice shell of a building. We're going to go back to the oak wood again and just extend these a little bit more. As I said, you could have done this all at the start, but particularly when we're trying to demonstrate it, they tend to get in the way. So we'll just do it layer by layer here. For the moment, I'm just going to do these a couple of blocks higher than the top of the white clay, and you'll see the reason for that in a minute. But then we'll do our little sticking out blocks again and start the horizontals, work all the way around the building as we did before. Back to the start again. So it's already, you can see it's starting to look like quite a nice building. Just get rid of the last bits of this tree, cluttering up our garden. So now what we're going to do is go down to the ground floor, and just on the outside of those ground floor planks where we've got the bits sticking out, we're going to do 5 vertical blocks and just fill in those gaps. We'll do that for each of the verticals around the outside of the building. So just connecting ground level up to that sticking out single block. This just gives it a bit more shape and a bit more texture than having just a flat sided box. Get almost a wood cabin effect. And this same building process you can use to do a wood cabin. Do your outside frame, and then literally, instead of the clay in the middle, have your logs going across. You can have wider sections and just run the logs one end to the other. It's quite an adaptable process, this. Similarly, if you wanted to do a bigger house or a smaller house or a single story, you could go up to 3, 4, however many stories you want to. Where the corners are, there's going to be a bit of a strange overlap, but there's not really much we can do about that, so just go into those corners. Get these horizontals all the way around. So we're just thickening up the frame. And go in this strange little corner here. That's it. And we're only going to do that on the ground floor, so no need to extend above that line. And the next thing we need to do is put in our upper floor. So we're going to just do it along the accent colour, so that red will be hidden from the inside. I'm just going to go in and complete that whole floor upper floor, just leaving a space for some stairs, but we'll put those in the opposite corner to where we are now. So this space here we'll just leave, we'll do our stairs in this corner of the house, so we'll leave that for the time being. Back to the oak wood, and then we need to just extend these a little bit more in the middle of the house. And we can get a bit more height in there because that's where the apex of the roof is going to sit. And we need to complete our frame for the inside sections. So we'll just go through, and that's at the height of the original horizontals we did around the edge. Those sections of 4 blocks, we're still using the oak wood. There's the verticals where you need to. So that's the complete frame now for 2 stories of the house. Start adding a little bit of detail. I tend to put a couple of lanterns over the doorways, and then just one on every one of these external verticals. If you're building, you might notice it's not got dark. I've got the day-night cycle turned off at the moment, but if you're building normally, it's nice to have a bit of light so you can ward off any evil. It also helps you see what you're doing. Once you put the floors inside, the floor below gets a little bit darker. I'm going to take some wooden stairs and just pop these into the corners of where the beams meet. Where you've got a bit of a strange joint, just leave that one out. And these are kind of decorative, but they look as though they reinforce the joins. Gives a nice finish to the building. Go around and do that on every section on the ground floor, so all along the back straight here. Going into all the corners. Once we've been all the way around on the upper floor, we're just going to do a single upside down stair into each of those sticking out sections. Again, it's just a bit more detail that looks like it's adding to the support and the strength of the building. Also makes it a little bit more attractive. So now we can start thinking about how our roof's going to sit. Well, if we go back to our accent clay, get the red, and we're going to do another layer just around the perimeter again, sitting on top of those top beams. Just drop a line of red all the way around, and most of this will be hidden by the edge of the roof, but on our sides of the house, we're going to use a bit of red to add quite a block of colour. So I just like to keep it consistent, do the same all the way around. So now we can see where the 3 sides of the house are going to be at the points of the T. So in the middle of those sides, we're going to extend that vertical. And then we're going to do another layer of 4 on top of the one that already exists, 3 on the layer above, 2 and 1. So we've got a nice triangle. Again, so we'll have 2 layers of 4 and then a 3, 2, 1, and that will be the edge of the house. So Have a nice big block of red showing on the outside. And don't forget you need to double up the rows of 4. So there's one that sits between the verticals, and then another one to start the slope. So those are our 2 edges from the straight back, and then we're going to have a similar point at the front of the house. And just extend those verticals up so they pop a single block above, completing that triangle. And the ones inside will need to be the same, and we're going to just join with 4 and the vertical. 4, and then again down the other spine of the roof. So this will be the T-shaped apex, where all the slopes meet at the top. Just need to extend that out to the front just by a single point, because the slope of the roof is just going to overhang very slightly over the front of this section. I think that's all the wood frame we need to do, so we can start putting in some stairs now. Just extend the floor out to this corner. We need to start the stairs a little bit early so we can fit them in the section. So if we go to stairs and just do the first stair down sitting on the beam, and that gives us a little bit of a head start as we come down. And I'm just going to do negative stairs on the back just to give it a nice slope. I will block these 2 windows on this side of the building. And then when we've got a space of just 2 blocks, we'll fill those in, and we'll turn the stairs and start going down this way as well. We want those underside slopes nice and set. So we've got a nice stairway there, which we can actually fit up. We won't get snagged on that beam as we go up, there's enough room in there for us. And we can build some internal walls. I'm going to go back to the red accent of the house, but if you want a different colour wallpaper or different colour paint, then effectively then you can just use what you want. So let's have that section there, could be a separate room. We'll have an open plan kitchen there at the back of the house, a little walk through. This can be a sectioned off room, so we'll put in a door there. And then I usually put some torches, and I like to put a torch on some of the beams as well. But I always do it for the doors, just to give it a nice bit of lighting in the room. And you can arrange these walls however you see fit. I'm just going to have a little partition really, so you can walk through into what will be the kitchen. Let's just section off that section at the front of the house as well. So you'll come into a sort of entrance hallway. Brighten up a bit. So we can easily get up the stairs without banging our heads on that beam. I'm just going to use the same style as the exterior of the house, because the bit round the side as you come up the stairs will show. So we'll just continue that theme inside. I've got this red band going round as you go up the stairs. Bit of floor in there. again we can partition the upstairs. Let's do a little box room in that section. So this would be the landing. Good to have a bit of a plan around, see how you want to do your rooms. Obviously it depends how big you want the rooms as well, how much floor space you've got from whichever size house you've made. So I have the landing here with the doors into the bedrooms. Again, I'm using the accent colour of the house. You can use an alternative colour or stick with the white if you want it nice and airy. Some torches just to keep it light in there. So then we're going to have, in this room we'll do a long thin room. So it'll be two sections of the house long. We'll do the same in this one. So I have three rooms that are 2 by 1 sections, and one little box room which is just a 1 by 1, because the other part's obviously used by the stairs. Some lanterns in there, and that's our little box room. If we go into redstone and get ourselves some doors. Pop those in, leave them open for now. Makes life easier for us. And then just at the top of the stairs, if we go into decoration, we can get ourselves a little banister. Stop people falling down the stairs. To the top here. So some oak fence, just finishes that stairwell off. So that's the basic structure done. If we can get some exterior doors now, use the oak door. We'll just pop those in front and back. So, and get some stone bricks and the stone brick stairs. We can just make a nice big door step. Finish on the side of the steps. Obviously you can finish these off however you want. If you want to have the door leading out to some decking, and then I just use the oak planks again, build a little deck out by the water. Yeah, glazing is the next step. This is quite time consuming. So just want to go around the whole house and just pop in those 4 panes of glass in every one of the holes. Just work our way all the way around. And downstairs as well. That's that. So now the house is starting to take shape quite nicely, looking a little more homely. So we need to have a look at getting a roof on top. I'm going to start with the oak wood stairs, and then just from the top of that last vertical, I'm just going to put some wooden stairs on, and these are going to form the angled sections of the roof, and we'll go up the edges and back down the other side, and work our way along the red. So we're just topping off this red section. Up the stairs at the side. Back down. And around, just making sure we go into the corners. At this stage we're not going to extend past that point. So I like to edge that in a different material just to finish it off. And then we're going to work our way along the horizontals at the very apex of the roof. All we need to do now effectively is just to fill in that section. So go along the other side. This is just edging the whole roof with the angled bricks. And then to finish it off, we're just going to do one on the edge of each one with the stone bricks. We're going to drop down another layer and do it in front of that red. So we're hanging out over the edge of the red wall just by one single block. And it'll be in line with the wooden stairs. And we're going to go and fill in underneath, so we've got a nice smooth angled section. Again, down this side, we're going to extend the wooden parts and drop down one further. Do our underside steps. And we're going to do that even down to where it sits, so it's effectively just perched on the end of that wooden part that sticks out. Gives us quite a nice finished roof effect. And then we'll go back to wood and just put a little finishing detail in that section and some torches to finish it off. Back to the stone brick stairs and covering the red all the way along. And again, just going to extend past that finish point just by one brick. Work our way up the side of the roof and then do the underside again, all with the stone stairs. And again up this side and do the reverse. Like so. And then back to the oak wood stairs for that centre block and a couple of torches. And final time, at the front of the house, the inverse bricks underneath to give us the nice slope. Finishing details. So we're very nearly there now. Just need to fill in these big holes in the stairs, in the roofs rather. So we'll do our inverse section, one edge of the roof to the other, and the outer section. We're just going to repeat that all the way up to the top of this section. Underside and then a slope on top. Just make sure we do every section of that. Once we're inside, we can start adding in the upper floor. This will be the attic space. fill that section, just with the exception of a little hatch with an access ladder. So we're going to have an access ladder about here. So we'll just put a little slope of stairs. Just extend that wall across, so this will be the whole access part. And so we just need some railings to stop it from falling down it. And a ladder so that people can get up. So we'll just drop that down into the bedroom. So we've got a pretty good access space there. Takes us up into the loft. Nice and safe so no one will fall down the hatch. We've got a good upper space here which you can use as another room if you want to. On some of these houses I've put little Velux windows, so you can do that. We'll just leave this one as a solid roof and continue with the roof building, fill in that gap. And as we come to the end of that, we're going to block ourselves in a little bit. So we just need to nip out through the house. Put down our ladder. Stick some lanterns up as we go through. The sections of the house now start to be pretty dark. We've closed it all in. And where we were doing the roof, there should just be a section that's not quite finished. So we can finish that off there. Just complete our nice smooth slope. Again on this side. And at the end, that gives us our complete sloped roof, which is looking pretty nice. So it just needs a final touch now along the very top. So what we're going to get is the stone brick slab. And we're just going to run a single height slab across the top of that apex, just to cover up the wood and the verticals. It just gives it a nice finish. Keeps the edging going all the way around. Like so. It's looking pretty nice. So inside we're just going to add a few more lights, and then you can start doing your interior decoration. How do you normally do that? This is going to be our kitchen section, so I'll put some units along the walls. Gap to get through there. Our kitchen would be complete with an oven, so popping in there. And I'll just I'll speed this up now, so just go around the house, put in carpets, pictures, beds. Anything you want to, really. kind of a sort of set process really. I stick a few carpets down, a bit of storage, some chests, pictures on the wall, jukeboxes. When we've got the low pictures, two across, one up ones, I tend to put a couple of lanterns above them, just add a bit more light into the room. Beds in the bedroom. Play around with the paintings, do whatever decor you feel. Little box room, I'll just put some storage in. Some separate beds in there. The carpet on the hallway. I think we're pretty much done. Gives us a fleshed out, furnished house. So let's go out into the garden, and I'm just going to put a bit of decking down, I think, just to edge this section, so you're not stepping down into the swamp. So I'm going to use the oak wood planks again, keep it all consistent. I'll just extend this along, maybe do it the width of the house, a bit less. You can play around, do whatever you feel really. Finish it off with some fencing, stop people falling in, just to brighten everything up, and then maybe on the other side, do a bit of path leading up to that door. I'm just going to dig down one block and fill it in with the stone bricks. Just get a path going. Some stairs up here. Which finishes the garden off quite nicely. So there you go, it's a pretty attractive looking house. This period building, timber frame, nice detailing, nice features, and a bit more character than the normal boxes. Nice exposed beams on the inside as well. And that extends all the way up into the upper rooms. And right the way up into the attic space. Again, if you want to stick some beds up there, you can do. I normally just put a couple of chests. Good place to hide your enchanted tools and weapons. It's quite a nice livable space now. And nice views out to the river. So that's it, that's our first build tutorial complete. We've got a nice house that you can extend, modify, do as you will with. Just I've got one last fly around it so you can see all the different features. And of course the red colour you can replace with any other colour you'd like. There's quite a lot of coloured clays to choose from. You may have noticed over in the distance there. There's another one of these houses that I built earlier. Also has a nice river view and a deck out front. That's using the light blue coloured clay, and it gives it just a different character really. It's quite a nice colour I use quite often on the houses. Just got a few flowers outside in the garden just to brighten it up. It's another timber frame cottage. If we just take a tour now to a different part of the map, there's a selection of these houses that I've built. This one's just a plain rectangle. You can see there, this one's got a loft conversion, a window in the loft. It's also got a chimney. This one down here on the right, we've got a half width section, so you have slightly different apex. You don't have the stone topping. This is the village pub. So we use some coloured walls. Each wall section, you can see the windows are 4 wide rather than 2 on the sides of the building. Gives you slightly bigger internal rooms between the beams. And then a few more of these houses in slightly different styles. This is an L-shaped one. Right at the far end, past the gardens, we've got a 3-storey stately home. So that's got 2 sections at each edge, and a centre section which comes out just 1 section wide. But exactly the same process, just with a slightly different ground plan. It shows you can do quite a lot in this, even the subway station we've got down here. Exactly the same again, but just 1 storey, 2 blocks wide, 2 blocks wide, and a little porch over the front. Because they've all used the same style, the village all fits together nice and coherently. Again here, this house has only got a single section extension, so no ridge tiles on the roof there. And if you follow the stairway up, we've got a mountaintop retreat, so no coloured clay on the ground, just stone bricks. So there's plenty of possibilities for this style. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.